Welcome back to Say Yes to You. I'm Peggy, and on this channel, I love talking about things related to personal development, offering you different tricks and tips and processes that you can use sooner than later so that you might begin to say yes to yourself. Now, what does saying yes to yourself mean? Saying yes to yourself simply means being kinder to yourself, being more confident in yourself and your abilities, just finding a way to love yourself that much more. So what I have for you today is a follow-up to the two previous videos that I posted. The two videos being morning I am affirmations and evening I am affirmations. And I'm really proud of those videos actually. And I really felt this sense of what I would say with the AM affirmations, I felt invigorated, I felt optimistic, I felt, joyous going into my day. And with the evening meditation, especially due to that beautiful music courtesy of bensound.com, just the tranquility and just so meditative, beautiful actually. But then as I was sitting here, I was thinking, affirmations are fantastic, but they're for many of us can be this nagging or this gnawing little voice saying, okay, that's all well and good, but that's not for me. That's well and good. That sounds, fluffy and pretty, but that's not for me. And what's happening is the limiting beliefs, the paradigm that we are operating under, that be it a loud roaring voice or a quiet whisper that's suggesting to you that you don't deserve to have the things that you want, that you could never be, this version of yourself that you desire being. So what I thought I would do is follow the I ams up with a technique that you could use to chip away at that version of yourself, to break down that older version of yourself. And it comes to us from The Magic of Believing, Claude Bristol. And in the book, he references what I know to be the mirror technique from Louise Hay. But it precedes Louise Hay. It's in this book. And basically what you are doing is you are looking into your own eyes in the mirror while standing like a soldier, Claude Bristol put it, but with your shoulders back, with your spine erect, you are standing confidently in the mirror, looking into your own eyes, and you are affirming things to yourself. The way that the mirror technique, I believe, differs from simple affirmations is in looking into your own eyes, looking at yourself. You can use the first person of I, or you can use the second person of you, and I like them both. I love to, actually, I'll let you in on my little secrets. I love to say my name, my own name as I'm looking in the mirror, and I'll say, Peggy, you are successful, or I'll say, you are successful, or I am successful. And if you try this, what you'll find is each variation offers you a different type of stimulation. There's something that happens as you're looking at yourself and you're saying you are. Because I think what's happening is you're reverting back to childhood and you are hearing those messages from your parents or from teachers or from authority figures. And in those earlier years, you were that much more receptive and susceptible to those outside messages. So you're reprogramming the messages that are less than serving, as adults, and you are just receiving it in that way. And with the I statements can be so powerful, and that gives me that feeling like I want to put my shoulders back, and it's true and I believe it. But that's where we're going with this video. So what I would suggest you do to really get into the juiciness that the mirror technique has to offer you is first write out the affirmations that you want to affirm to yourself. This could be something that is, situational. This can be something that is chronic, some type of chronic belief system that you have around yourself, whatever the case may be. What I find is, as time has gone by, I'm able to kind of freestyle and just give myself what I want for that day, or give myself what I need in that moment. But if you are kind of new to this, it can be a little weird, okay? To be honest, it can be a little weird, looking in the mirror and talking to yourself. So I would say, to set yourself up for success, have a paper and pen ready, or a note card ready with the affirmations that you're choosing to use on that occasion, or the affirmations you're using, for the week or for the month, whatever the case may be. Fine. So you write out your affirmations, and you simply get into the mirror, and you are standing confidently, and you're looking at yourself in the mirror, and you just begin to affirm these things to yourself. To kick it up just a notch, what you can do is perhaps look into your left eye. And I think it's from Louise Hay that I've heard this before, that when you're looking into your left eye, that in fact is the window into your soul. They say that the eyes are the window to your soul. There is a belief system that says that left eye specifically is how you really get in touch with your soul, how you really get in touch with that which is animating you on this earth's plane. So either look, go back and forth between the eyes, or look intently into your left eye as you begin to affirm to yourself. And like I say, with the I or the you, or when you're using your first name, it's going to evoke different feelings. But what is a dominant feeling, what is something that is very common, that I would say, is the more you look at yourself, and you're coming from that place of love, you're coming from with the intention of, I'm building myself up, I'm reprogramming myself, I'm giving myself something that I did not receive in those formative years. When you're coming from that place, I really believe that it has the potential to really open up something inside of you. It really does do something to kind of crack your heart open, so that you can experience a compassion for yourself. And the reason I think that that's happening is because when typically, especially women, but maybe men too, I don't know, when we go to the mirror, we're going to the mirror with an eye for critique. Most generally speaking, we're there and we're looking for what's wrong in that reflection, as opposed to what's right. And because we are in the habit, generally speaking, we're in the habit of the criticizing I as we're looking at ourselves, we condition ourselves for that, okay? So when you're coming from this place of love, you're coming from this place of compassion, of really rebuilding yourself, there's a vulnerability, I believe, that's going to happen with this practice. And with that vulnerability that's going to happen, it's beautiful. It's beautiful because, if you can't be vulnerable with yourself, how can you expect to truly come from that place with someone else? So that's just, a little warning, or a little preview of something to look out for as you are doing your mirror technique. Like I say, I think it's wonderful. I think it's beautiful. So because some degree of being able to show up vulnerable is required with this practice, it can be daunting. It can be daunting. Like I say, we show up to the mirror and we're critical and we're looking for what's wrong. And in this instance, we're showing up to the mirror, we're looking for what's right, and we're looking to affirm what's right. It may perhaps be the first time that you've really heard beautiful, kind, true words spoken to you in all sincerity. And for some people, that may be scary. It could be scary. A part of you knows that this is the truth of who you are, but it can be overwhelming. So from that aspect, I would say just hang in there. And again, be compassionate for yourself. If you feel some sensations of overwhelm, if it begins to feel like it might just be too much because the emotions potentially can really begin to spring forth. If you find that you become overwhelmed, take a break is what I would say. Take a break. It's like working a muscle. In this instance, you're working that muscle of confidence, that muscle of self-love, that muscle of compassion for oneself. So when you're working your muscles, you're not going to, go for the heaviest weight with the maximum number of reps. No, you may start off slow. So that's what I would say with this one. It's okay to start off slow. And eventually you will build up, I don't want to use the word tolerance, but you'll build up more capacity. That's the word. You'll build up more of a capacity to really take in all of this love, all of this acceptance, all of this confidence that begins to spring forward. And it's lovely. It's lovely. So again, this is a way to really begin to address the quiet voice or that loud voice that wants to pipe up when you're doing your affirmations. As we're doing our affirmations, because we've all been conditioned with other thoughts related to ourselves, other lesser thoughts related to what we could potentially have or be or do. That's legitimate and that's to be respected. It's to be respected. We're being gentle with ourselves. We're being kind with ourselves. So as a way to address that voice, we're going to give it something else to feed on. And again, looking in your own eyes or looking into your left eye, you're really tapping into that vulnerable part of yourself. So that's really a very powerful 1-2 punch, 1-2 combination. You can take all of it, take some of it, combine it, start off with the mirror technique, start off with the affirmations, do whatever. I would say just kind of play around with it and see what works for you. And let me know, how did it work out? What's your experience? Did you cry? Did you feel like you're developing more compassion for yourself? What I found is the more I began to come to the mirror, looking in my own eyes and affirming, beautiful, wonderful things about myself, I actually began to see myself differently, in a very positive way, So again, let me know what you think. What is your experience? Go ahead and try it out and let me know. So if you like this video, go ahead and do give it a thumbs up. Do subscribe to the channel and do leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. And until the next time, bye-bye.